So welcome back to another ride-along session with me, and it's a slightly different one we've got here today. Right now I'm chatting to my computer screen after getting the drone up in the air and follow me around doing a couple of tacks here. There we go, round the tack. Now in a minute the sound is going to change. It's going to cut to me actually windsurfing along and talking to you, and I've tried to match the sound from the microphone I'm wearing to the drone footage up above my head and a couple other shots. What you're probably going to see is a slightly different tack to your classic, in inverted commas, fast tack. And it's the transition that I've figured out is a little bit different to what a lot of windsurfers do and a lot of things that have been taught around the beach. Now it's going to go through in a lot of detail in a minute, but the key bit we're going to be focusing on here is the transition and the fact that the mast hand, your original front hand, is doing all of the work. I reckon everything in there is pretty classic, pretty clear to see with the footwork just there, but pay particular attention to the mast hand, the original front hand, doing the work in the transition. The other thing I think is key to note is that right now this is filmed in maybe a Force 3 on a 5.5 metre sail and a 150 litre board, and it looks like a classic intermediate progressive windsurfer doing some tacks, but this is the exact same tack I used as an advanced windsurfer on a sub 100 litre board in full power, windy, wavy conditions. This is the tack I used 99% of the time, and there, that transition is the key bit we're going to be focusing on. Thanks again for joining. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll stop talking to this just now. It's going to sound change in a minute, and I'll actually be windsurfing whilst cruising along and chatting to you guys. Thanks for joining.
Tacking. From in the harness, front hand goes to the mast. Unhook. Front foot comes around the mast and push off your back foot into the wind. Use the front hand to pull the rig across, creating the space to stand in on the new side and opening the boom up to be taken by the new hand. But your front hand doing the work on the mast to pull the rig across and create space on the new side that you can stand in. Front hand pulls, and the boom is waiting on the new side for me to gently ease the sail in. That again, in the harness, cruising along, front hand to the mast. Now unhook. Front foot goes around the mast and you drive off your back foot. Go through the wind. Front hand pulls, allowing your new front hand to take the boom. There's no hanging around at the mast with 2 feet. There's no crossing of your hand and then heaving the rig across. And there's no worry about being backwinded and pushed in backwards, because I've gone through the wind just a little bit. And then the mast hand is the one pulling it across. It's so close to a backwinded tack, which can then be made into a no-handed tack, which I love. But it makes your fast tacks so much more controlled. And I quite like saying that if we slow down our fast tacks, they're going to be drier and more successful. And that's the goal for me. A successful tack is a dry tack, even if it's sort of a little bit slower than what maybe you're trying to do already. One more. Front hand to the mast, in the harness. Unhook. Drive off the back foot through the wind, and your mast hand does the work, pulling that sail across, creating all the space on the new side to stand in and sail away, without the need for a really vicious throwing of the rig forwards to bear away. You've already done the hard work, you're just stepping into the space you've created on the new side.